Good day to you all. Welcome to Maths Global Learning Hub with Mr. T. In today's lesson, we are going to work with numbers in base 16. For numbers in base 16, when we count from 10 going up to 15, we use letters, and this is represented as follows. So A will represent 10, B will represent 11, C will represent 12, 13 will represent D, 14 will represent E, and 15 will represent F. Number 1, we want to convert a number that is in base 10 to base 16. So we are going to divide successively by 16. So if we divide here, we are going to get 2 remainder 13. But if we look at our numbers here, we are going to see that the remainder is represented by D. And if I divide again here, I'm going to get 0 remainder 2. And like what we said, we read our numbers from bottom going to the top. So therefore, 45 in base 10 will give us 2D in base 16. Let's move on to the next one. We need to convert this number here, 1023, in base 10 to base 16. So we are going to divide successively again. If we do the first division here, I'm getting 63 remainder 15, and 15 is represented by F. If I divide here again, I'm going to get 3 remainder 15 again, and this is represented by F. And then if I divide again, remember I divide successively by 16 because we want to go to base 16. So here I'm going to get 0 remainder 3. And like what we said, we read our numbers from bottom going up. Then we can write here, therefore our number, which was in base 10, when we convert it to base 16, it gives us 3FF to base 16. In number 3, we want to convert a number that is in base 16 to base 10. So we begin by writing the place value system. But let me put up the number first. It's 3, 9, F. And this part here is going to be 16 to the power of 0. And then this part here is going to be 16 to the power of 1. And then this part here is going to be 16 to the power of 2. Then I'm going to say here 3 times 16 to the power of 2. It gives me 768. Then I'm going to say 9 times 16 to the power of 1. This gives me 144. And the last part here, it says F times 16 to the power of 0. Remember what F is standing for. F is standing for 15. So this is going to be 15 times 1. And this is going to give me 15. Then I add these numbers. And when I add these numbers, what am I going to get here? I'm going to get 7, carry 1 here, and I'm going to get 2, carry 1, and if I add here, I'm going to get 9. And this answer is in base 10. Because remember, we are converting to base 10. I can write my answer clearly here as 9 927 in base 10. Please be very careful when you are adding these numbers. The last digit here is 7. Please take note of that. So the final answer is 927 in base 10. If I want to convert number 4 to base 10, I also begin by writing my place value. And if I put my plus value here, this is going to be 16 to the power of 0. This is going to be 16 to the power of 1. So I'm going to say here f times 16 to the power of 1 is going to be 15 times 16, and this gives me 240. And then the next part is going to be f times 16 to the power of 0. This is going to be 15 times 1, and this is going to be 15, and I must add. And when I add here, I'm going to get 5, and here I'm going to get 5, and then here I'm going to get 2, and this answer is in base 10.